If marriage is your greatest aspiration or achievement in life, marriage will not make you happy. If you're looking for someone to make you happy, marriage will not make you happy. Many enter into marriage seeking happiness to discover that happiness is an illusion. If your perspective of marriage or happiness is wrong, then nobody can give it to you. In this video, I shared what happiness is, the two expressions of happiness, why marriage will not make you happy, and what you can do to live in a perpetual state of happiness. Hello, Impact Maker. Welcome to another broadcast of Life Transitions Today, where I share tips and tactics to help you maximize the in-betweens of life. I'm Dele Ayobankole. We've been discussing demystifying relationship myths, and this is the third in the series. If you've missed any, please go to my channel and see the previous episodes. Today we focus on one of the wrong mindsets that many people have when they are thinking about marriage, and that is the happiness myth. First, what is happiness? According to the dictionary, happiness is that expression that comes over you when you know that life is good. You can't help but cheer up, you're looking good, you want to dress nice because from your inside there's that expression that life is good all around you. When we look at this expression and we want to look at it critically, then happiness can be in two expressions. That's the feeling side, and is also a state. When many people think of happiness, they think more about the feeling, but the real happiness is something that is from your inside. It's not something you go seeking from outside of you. It's something that resides on the very inside of you. Hence, if you cannot mine it from your inside and give a voice to that expression, I'm telling you, seeking for it outside is pursuing a mirage. You will never be able to attain it. Why did I say, oh, this marriage cannot make you happy? Think about it. Marriage is like every other achievement that we have in life. Before you have it, you are excited, you're happy, oh, I'm going into this thing. So it's just like getting a job. When somebody has a job, the next thing he goes on social media, oh, I am now acting director in an FMCG company and all of that, shares testimony in his church or in his place of worship. But 3 months down the line, the same person begins to feel bad about his choice, threatens to want to resign and all of that. What does that tell you? The job cannot make him happy. Happiness is something that has to come from the inside. Whatever he had at that point was just ephemeral. Real happiness is something that comes from your inside, and that is why if you're seeking it in marriage or in any other thing or any other achievement, you are in a long thing. 3 reasons why you may not be able to find happiness in marriage if your main purpose of getting married is seeking happiness. Number 1, many people enter into marriage looking for what they can get. Then they see every relationship as something that should benefit them. If that is your purpose for wanting to get married, I can assure you that you will be disappointed, because really in marriage you need to go with the perspective of giving more than taking. The second reason is that as humans we are imperfect beings. As imperfect beings, we make mistakes. We do some things we don't want to do. We say some things we don't want to do. So many times we would not meet the expectations of the people that depend on us. Hence, if your definition of happiness is somebody to meet your expectations, I'm sorry, you'll be disappointed many times. A third reason why you may not find happiness if you're depending on people's expectations is that we are all work in progress. Similar to our imperfections is that many times, because we are work in progress, we are also trying to understand ourselves, and then there's somebody who, we just have to study all over again, try to understand them and all of that. When you look at all of those demands and expectations, somebody who is trying to discover himself, who doesn't even know what he has, what he carry, and all of that, it's difficult for people like that to say they want to meet the expectations of other people. Hence, many people get really disappointed when it comes to finding happiness in marriage. So, if you're not going to be meeting another person's expectations, if you don't want to be disappointed by what other people think or do in a relationship, what mindset must you have, or what can you do to live in a perpetual state of happiness? Number one, happiness is who you are. Happiness is something that should come from your inside, like I said earlier. It's not something that any other person gives to you. Happiness comes as a discovery of your person, of that thing that makes you different from every other person. When you know your worth, when you know your values, when you know your principles, the things that you carry that makes you different from every other person, then you are not seeking validation from outside, because it comes just from your inside. And from that overflow, you begin to radiate happiness everywhere you go. The second thing is, happiness is a personal responsibility. You should take responsibility for your happiness. The more you depend on other people to make you happy, the more disappointed you will be all the rest of your life. But when you take responsibility for your happiness, it means you tell yourself, whether or not someone else does anything to meet my expectations or to make me happy, I choose to be happy. That choice is your power, and you need to take it every day, every time. The third thing, happiness is living. Live your life from your overflow. Look for problems in the world and seek how you can be a solution to those problems. Seek to be a value-adding individual and not a concern to people around you. If you keep looking for ways to make other people happy, I'm telling you, you will always be happy. It's like a tap. When water flows through a tap, the tap makes other containers wet. But I tell you, because the water is always flowing through the tap, that tap too is always wet. You need to understand this tap principle and live by it all the days of your life. Remember, happiness is who you are, happiness is your personal responsibility, and happiness is living. Let me close with this quote from Dennis Waitley. He said, "Happiness cannot be traveled to, owned, earned, won, or consumed. Happiness is the spiritual experience of living each minute with love, grace, and gratitude." So, my encouragement to you today, if you can choose to be happy this minute and the next, then you will be happy the rest of your life. I believe these tips helped today. Thank you for being a part of this broadcast. I have some amazing videos and audio materials in this series, and you don't want to miss any of them. Please subscribe to my channel and watch some of the other videos I have created to help you maximize the in-betweens of life, especially as it affects family life, business, and career. Till we meet in the next episode, keep winning, keep grinding, and keep bringing in the laurel. I remain Dele Ayobankole, and I believe in you. Bye for now.